Looks like where to go. It's working okay, fine over there. Well, good to have you guys join us this evening. My name is Don Legere, and I'll be your host tonight for the Curation Works training. And I thought I would go back to my very first presentation that I ever did for Curation Works. And it's a bit of a story, but at the start of last year, I was given an opportunity to work for a reasonably large MLM company, and they wanted to figure out a new way to market to people out there. The strange thing is that they didn't want to include their distributors in this project, which I thought was ludicrous because you really do need distributors to make things roll, right? You really need distributors to do the sharing and get things going on a very positive note. But they didn't want to do that. So we were faced with trying to figure out how the best way to get some traffic to their site so they can get some sign-ups and they could present their product to the people. In other words, they wanted to build a system that was old school where you show up at the site, you fill out a form, you get a white paper, and someone will phone you. Right? And okay, that's kind of good, but I think your distributor force is going to find out about that and not be very happy. So what we developed for them was a project based on curation. And what got me excited about the whole idea of providing content for your market uh, was the fact that content curation was something that was new in the marketplace. And this very first presentation that I ever did, I got from Curata. And Curata was one of the first companies I turned to in order to start my journey into the content curation marketplace. And as we go down one step, another step, it gets more and more not complicated. It actually gets easier. But there are more and more technologies that are involved that allows you to share and allows you to get your content out there and allows you to get your story out there. And that was by simply using content from influencers' sites, from the leaders' sites that I could use on my own blog in order to drive people there who were looking for they were looking for health solutions, number one. They weren't necessarily looking for a distributor type of an opportunity, but that was addressed too. It was a weight loss kind of a site, so it was for people to find that cure. Um, but as the whole thing turned out, it turned the lights on for me because sitting in the background in our own business here, we had a whole bunch of blogs sitting there not doing anything, and the visits were few and far between. Contact List Builder always has had great traffic and always will. It's having better traffic now because we're starting to curate content on there. So curation is the act of sifting through the information online that is important to your niche, and you're going to be the first guy to get it out there to them. You're going to be the first guy to get it out there so that they have a solution. You're going to be the first guy to recommend a new process, perhaps, or a new way of doing things, because you're the first guy out there. You're the first guy with his button on the news, because you know what your niche wants. And tonight, I thought I would go over the whole idea of what's best, curating content for your blog or creating it for yourself. This is an old number, 56%. This is a presentation from a year ago. This is from 2011. The numbers today, 92% of all B2B marketers are using curation. As a matter of fact, next year, large corporations have budgeted billions of dollars toward developing a content curation type marketing program in their companies. As a matter of fact, some companies are hiring social media VIPs, guys who are in charge of content curation in order to drive that marketplace. And the reason why is that content marketing outpaces everything else there in the marketplace as far as advertising goes. By far. By far. That's not a misprint. And if that was the numbers back then, imagine what they're like today. So every company is using the idea of providing content for their clients because they understand that their clients have the internet. The clients, the customers, the potential customers have the internet. Before they even arrive at your site to buy a product or service, they've already made up their mind to basically do it. Because they've already been to their social network. They've asked the question, they've done the research, and they're excited. And the more information, the more answers you can provide your niche market, the better it is for you. And if you're good at answering those questions each and every day, or if you understand your niche market the way you should, let's say you, if you go to curationworks.com/blog, I put a post up there about the grumpy cat, right? Here's a guy. Here's an owner. He has a cat called Grumpy Cat. He's done some videos about his grumpy cat. You know how much Grumpy Cat has earned that owner over the past 2 years? Over 120 million US dollars. That's the power of curation. Now, if you were one of the early guys to see Grumpy Cat and you had him on your blog all the time, your blog would be one of the #1 visited places on the planet. But that is the power of curating content for your blog. That is the power of knowing what is the potential. What is your niche market thinking about? What questions are they asking? And how can you best answer that? Simply by keeping your pulse on what's going on in the marketplace. And by the act of curating content, you will have your pulse on that marketplace. But there's no such thing as a silver bullet, as everybody knows. You know, content curation offers a remedy for many of the challenges, that face most of us. If we have a blog or we have a business online, we have a blog, right? Everybody has a blog. Well, what do we put on it? I don't know. I looked at my blog for a long time and I thought, oh, that's pretty. I just don't. I don't know what to put on it. I just don't know what to put on it. But listen, if you have a blog, you've got your blog to market a product or service. And your blog is to produce engaging content. And your blog is to produce enough content. And you've got to budget your time or pay someone money to produce the content for you. In addition, content curation can help these things for your website. Now, for a long time, my website's offline right now. I've got an issue there with some sort of virus in there. That's being cleaned up. Hopefully, it'll be back up this week. But content curation, the simple act of content curation can revive a dropping or stagnant site traffic for your web. It improves poor SEO performance because the very act of curating content is SEO superpowered. Really, even if you're a complete flunky at SEO, you're going to do well at SEO if you're curating your content in the proper way. And Google loves it. And well, I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, if you're putting one post a week on your blog, you're not wasting your time, but you're not doing yourself any favors. The key number for any blog is 3 per day. And the reason I say 3 is because the number of spider visits improve. It becomes very, very busy. And when that happens, you get better rankings. So, if you're going to do curation, over time you're going to learn it, and you can do 3 a day. I'm doing 3 a day now. It's really easy. I'm doing 4, 5, 6 a day now. I'm doing it for several blogs. But that's the idea of it, because I know it's going to improve my SEO. And once in a while I'll go to Google and type in my keywords just to see how I'm ranking. So it increases the quantity and quality of my leads as well. Because as the information I provide my niche applies to and answers the question that they're answering, they're going to share it. And when they share it, new people come to my website. Curation Works, for example, the blog had over 158 brand new unique visitors yesterday, just from the ability to put information out there, because you're blogging a lot and people will get it out there. Bill, SEO is search engine optimization. It is an industry in and of itself. And when you have poor search engine optimization on your site, all that means is that no one knows what your site's really all about. Google doesn't know what your site's all about. They don't know what to key on for your keywords or what it is you're trying to do. So, if you're in a niche market like curation, for example, go search curation on Google. Just type in curation. Hopefully you'll see me there or Steve there on the front page. But that is search engine optimization. And the only reason we're there like that is because we are curating content for that blog. So by increasing the numbers of shares, by providing the information my niche is looking for, I'm going to increase the quality and the quantity of leads. And it reduces my lead acquisition costs. There's a reason why, ladies and gentlemen, that corporations are going to be spending billions of dollars next year on content curation, because they know it's the cheapest way to get someone to look at their product or service. It enhances your brand credibility, and it provides you and it elevates you to a thought leadership positioning. Now, as home business people, that's what we want. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, well, if I just go grab Don's stuff or grab Steve's articles or grab Janet's articles or grab, Wayne Dwyer's articles, if I'm in personal development, how is that going to elevate me? How is that going to help me? It does, ladies and gentlemen, it does, because it puts you in the same boat as the leaders. And when you are in the same boat as the leaders, it enhances your brand credibility. And when that happens, guess what? People know, like, and trust you a heck of a lot faster than not having that stuff. It aids in your lead nurturing process, and it lowers your content creation costs. Now, in the old days, we had to write our own. Janet still writes her own stuff. It's amazing. I don't know how she does it. She's just got a gift. But it lowers your content creation costs because you don't have to sit there, think and think and think and be original. You don't have to do that anymore. You can grab an article that answers a question that is in the top of mind for your organization or your niche. You can apply your own thoughts, your own views toward it, and provide the original article for them to go take a peek. It's actually a pretty simple process, and it pays off, and it gives you a big bang for your marketing buck. Revive dropping stagnant site traffic. How does it do that? Well, it encourages repeat visits, right? Whenever you put a new piece of content up there, you're going to share it. You're going to share it on Twitter. You're going to share it on Facebook. You're going to share it on YouTube. You're going to share it on Google+. You're going to get out there. You're going to In the morning, perhaps do your three articles that are going to be published throughout the day. And in the meanwhile, what do? Well, you work the social network. You get people to go visit. You get people to visit your site and read and make a comment. And by doing that, it encourages subscriptions. It provides instant social content as well, because you're out there working it. You're out there in the social networks, talking about what it is you do and how you go about doing it. When someone gets a piece of information, what do? You know, if you go to someone's website and let's say they've got 7 shares, well, what does 7 shares mean? Does 7 shares mean that 7 people saw it? No. 7 shares means that maybe 700 people to 1,000 people have seen it because they've shared it to their own personal networks. Everybody online is attached to a personal network. And if you do a good job with your strategy, if you do a good job with your content creation marketing efforts, you're going to be able to answer those questions. You're going to be able to get those shares. You're going to become very, very excited. Because I'll tell you, I get excited when I see 7 Facebook shares, because I know that's reaching out to about 1,000, maybe more people. So it enhances everything that I do. You know, that's 1,000 extra people that might just come and visit the site and hit the link and then share it with their group. And it enhances, you know, existing promotional stuff that you're doing now. SEO, search engine optimization, how does it improve that? Well, it optimizes you for short tail keywords. You know, you're out there, you're grabbing articles, you're sharing it from usually authors who are ranked pretty highly in Google. You know, and if you're doing that and you're following it up, guess what? People are going to share it. It's going to increase the opportunity for inbound links. It's going to increasing your update frequency, and this is something that I found too. In the morning when I do 2 posts, that's fantastic, and then late in the afternoon I'll do 1 more, just to get people going again. And then first thing in the morning, hey, there's 2 more posts there, and people are going to get used to coming back to reading more and more and more. You know, part of your strategy for content creation is properly tagging and categorizing all your content. You have to be like a librarian. So doing it right goes a long way. So for example, you've got a website that's about men's health or about health. You'll have a category men's health, you'll have a category women's health, children's health, environmental health maybe, and then you're going to have your subcategories. And then after the subcategories, rather than having more categories, you're going to have some tags that are relevant to the content that you've created. So, you know, that's one of the things to look at, proper tagging. That's one of the things that we get into in the training. Creating subtopic landing pages. You know, this is something that I'm going to start doing a lot more about. Let's assume you've got an article out there that you've curated or you've put together or you've created, and it's received a lot of hits. Why don't you make that a subtopic landing page before they get to your article? You know, that's more people, you know, getting involved in your business. Integrating long tail keywords, same thing. You know, it's all done for you. If you're out there curating properly, the articles you curate, well, Google just streams along with you. I'm not saying that SEO isn't important. One of the things we use when we're curating content is a little plugin called SEO Presser. And the SEO Presser lets me know exactly when I'm at 100%. And believe me, after doing this for a long time and following the template that we put together in the back room, the back office for you guys, that I'm always at 100% anyhow by the time I'm finished doing what I'm doing. You know, I'll look at it, it might be 75, and I'll go, okay, I'll just fix a few things up. All of a sudden you're at 100. And if your keyword is at 100, you're going to do well in Google. So, quantity and quality of leads and reducing your lead acquisition costs. Here are some numbers. Now I got new information, go to the blog, read the new information there. But 57% of companies back in 2011 using blogs reported that they acquired customer from leads generated directly from their blog. And why is that? It's because people are out there doing their own research about what it is they should be doing for their bodies or what it is, what purchase they're going to make. And so they visit the blogs and they get the answer and they go, oh, it makes sense to me. I made it my own decision. Custom media positively impacts corporate reputation and purchase decisions. Okay, so if you go to your social network who have been sharing a lot of good information about you or your brand, guess what? By the time they find you, they're already ready to buy. So be there, be ready, have information there for them. And it's, and here are the numbers about the lead acquisition cost, 62% less than doing it any other way. So you can see why that they can afford to hire a VP of, content marketing for their organizations. It's cheaper. Credibility. It provides an additional content platform. In the old days, you'd have your salesman there just spewing all kinds of crap at the at the client. Then you'd have to go visit with another salesperson and get all that crap spewed at them. And they were faced with, I don't know, maybe I could phone my buddy and talk to him. But today online, it's like, what do you guys think of this? But it's crap, is it? Good. They already know. So it provides that additional platform. It enhances your brand because you can become a thought leader. You can become known as the guy, the go-to guy. He's the guy who knows everybody. He's the guy who knows everything there is. It makes you an important industry resource. When you're curating content and you're providing your own information, your own thoughts, your own opinions, your own views, and then provide a link so that your reader can go do further investigation, it positions you as a thought leader. It elevates you. Getting back to that, I don't know if I should, I can't see how, curating information from one of the gurus is going to help me, but it helps you tremendously. Especially if you throw in some incredibly brilliant thoughts. Look at Adriana Huffington. She's curating content, but she's invited everywhere to talk and to provide her views. She's a curator, just like you or I or anybody can be. I know she's got a lot of original content now, but when she first started out, she was a curator of content. And she became a role. She became that role. She became that industry analyst. She became that world analyst because she was able to curate content based on news stuff. So you can see the importance of content curation. When you curate content that's important for your niche, it creates more touch points. Like I said, when I see a share on Facebook, I know it's not one person. It's one person sharing it to their network. I don't know how big their network is. So what am I going to do? I want a guy to share my articles that has a huge network. That's where marketing comes in. That's where, getting involved in Facebook. Who has the big list? Who are the influencers in your marketplace? Are you following them on Twitter? Are you following them on LinkedIn? Are you sharing information to them? Are you making opinions on their posts that make a lot of sense? Are you involved in their community? Can you bug them and say, hey, Bill, can you like this for me? Because if Bill, the influencer, likes it, guess what? When he likes it, well, that's like sending a co-copy email to someone, they're bound to open it. So that provides, in doing curation right, it provides content for social updates. It inspires dialogue. It gets the whole thing rolling because today, ladies and gentlemen, your job isn't to be a salesperson. Get that out of your head. That's not your job anymore. Your job is to provide information so that your people can make a decision on their own. And you can encourage them along the way. And after they read after they've become comfortable with who you are and about what you're putting on your blog, they will understand that, it only helps in the long run. And by the time they reach out to you, they're already sold. Now it's your job now to make sure that you provide the service exactly like you said you did, because that same social network will certainly kill you just as well build you up. So remember that. So content curation, back to that. It creates quick content opportunities. Look, you don't have to always curate on your blog. When you're curating content, you can go, bang, I'm going to share that right now on Facebook. And just as you're sharing it on Facebook, you've got room there to put your own information there. You've got room there for your own views. You've got room there to create dialogue within your niche. So do that. Share it that way. Share it on Storify. Share it on whatever. Just start sharing content. And the more you share, the more people will be there. Now, it streamlines your publishing and promotion process. Yes, it does. That's using their curated program process. But, the strategy is this. What is my market? What is my niche? Do I understand my niche? And what's my strategy? What is important to my niche? What questions are they answering? So that's what your strategy's got to be. To get out there and to provide the 3 pieces of content that your niche market can use immediately, share immediately, or tuck away and use it for future use. But that's the whole crux of it. You're sharing information and you're sharing your brand at the same time. And everything is promoted as one. It builds trust. We talked about that. And by curating content and providing your own SKU on the world, you're testifying to your entire capability of being there. Your knowledge, your experience, who you know, how long you've been doing it. And people get to like you, know you, and then they're going to buy from you. So lower content creation costs, that goes without saying, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how many hours I've sat in front of my keyboard wondering, what the heck am I going to talk about today? And so I wouldn't talk about it today. And it would bug me all day because I haven't been able to put anything worth any use to anybody. And you don't have to worry about that when you curate. If you've got your strategy set up, you've got your 3 or 4 keywords that you follow, you've set up your RSS feeds list like we show you in the training, it's easy to follow your market in that way. If you are able to go into Facebook and figure out what is trending right now, Facebook as well has their own feeds. There's TechWire feeds, so if you're into technology, it provides, minute by minute tech information right there to your thing. And they've got news feeds right there on Facebook as well. So if you key into what your niche is and go to that feed, well, it's going to give you a pretty good of idea what people are thinking about, what's trending, what they're talking about at that point. It keeps you on top of your industry when you develop a way to curate content. Just like going to university. My degree is in economics. Did I know a lot about money or economics when I first started university? Not really. After the first week, I figured I don't know if I want to learn all this stuff because of all the textbooks that I had to go purchase. But the idea is, once you get into it, once you start doing the projects, and just like content creation, once you figure out what your keywords are, once you figure out what your blog's all about, and once you start keying on what you're going to curate every day, the whole process becomes relatively easy. You can basically go through and understand what's trending and pick out your strategic topics one by one and go, yeah, You know, Bob asked that question the other day. I'm going to throw that up there. Maybe that's something the entire niche wants to know about. So it helps you identify, what's going on, keeps your finger on the pulse of what's going on in your marketplace. So what's better, curation or creating your own information? Well, the answer is both, because the studies have shown that if you have a blog that is 100% curated content, it's not ranked as high as a blog with, you know, maybe a 60-40 kind of range, or an 80-20, where 20% is your original content. So always remember that the original content is really, really important. But the thing that'll drive traffic to your site is the ability to get out there and answer the question that your niche is asking. And if you know how to curate your content correctly and on purpose, then you are able to get those viewerships up. Just like I noticed on Curation Works this week. It takes a little bit of effort. It takes a little bit of time to figure out what it is, what are the important topics today? What is my strategy? What do I want to talk about this year? What is it as a blog that I want to accomplish over the next 6 months? What is new and on the horizon that I need to teach people about? And, the whole information on your blog should be provided in a way that, although it answers the little questions along the way, it's got to answer that big one too. Why am I doing this? So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of my part of the presentation. And if you're not a member of Curation Works, you can join for free. It's free. Join for free. There's a few introductory videos there. Free members, you can come to these meetings every week. Absolutely. And I am going to, number one, wish you all the very best week ever in business. And if you haven't started curating your blog yet, talk to me on Skype. Let's get it going. It's just get it going. Just get it going. Even if you're doing one article every day or one article every 3 days, it's better than not doing any articles at all. And it's better than doing one article a week. It's better than doing one article a month. So stop worrying about creating your own content. Start curating it, because curation is the quickest way to elevate your position in your niche, and it's the quickest way to help you make money. I'm not saying stop doing whatever you're doing. Don't stop, because you still need the lead capture page. You still need to build your list. You still need to know those communication skills. But that's what small business is all about, right? To learn those skills so that you can become a leader. Because the leader is the guy who knows the skills. And if the leader can show the people who's following that I know the skills and I can teach them to you, then that'll increase your followership as well. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all. Have a wonderful week, and may your results be better than you could hope or even realize. Thank you all.
Hey guys, hello. Sorry, my microphone wasn't on. Howdy everybody. Thank you, Don. That was great. We are getting to my part of the thing now, and I am so excited because I have something that I'm going to lay on you guys. That's really, really a cool deal that I found not too long ago. So first, I want to just say a couple things. This is the teaching side of things, and what Don said is really true. One of the things he mentioned is that we don't just curate on our blogs. The fact is that most of us these days, with social media and everything else the way it is, most of us these days are curating content all the time. It's just that we don't know it. And we're not, therefore, since we're not aware of the fact that we're really curating, we don't, know how to do it right, or we don't pay attention to it, and so we end up doing it wrong, and we don't maximize the effects. When you share content on social networks, when you say, "Oh, look at this link I found," or "Look at this article," or you see a great meme on Facebook and you really like the sentiment involved and you pass it on, you're curating content. You're curating that content on your Facebook timeline or on your page or wherever you are. And your readers, who are the people that are following you, who are your friends or who are connected to you and have you in their newsfeed, are seeing the stuff that you're curating for them. Now, the way we recommend that you do this to brand yourself is that, the hub of your business should be your blog. And so one thing you want to get in your head is that curation, although it takes place in a lot of places, what I would recommend is focusing it on getting people to your blog. So in other words, the reason you're posting this meme on Facebook is to bring people to your blog. So when you have a really good blog post and you create a blog post that's either curated or it's something that you created, the first thing that you want to do is you want to go out and create the post that is going to go on Facebook to bring people to this blog post. You want to create the post that's going to go on Google Plus that's going to bring people into your blog. You want to create the tweet on Twitter that you're going to put out that's going to bring people to the blog, to the article on the blog. I want to see a yes in the text chat if you are following me, okay? You're curating in all of those instances. You're curating when you make your curated blog post, and then you need to create a little web out there. And you're curating in that way too. Well, today that's what we're going to talk about. Good. I'm glad you guys are getting it. I don't want to be obscure, and I'm kind of going off a little bit into, normally we talk about how to correctly curate a post. Well, let's say you've got your post all created right now. Tonight, I'm going to show you a few things that you want to keep in mind when you create that Facebook post or that Google Plus post that's going to bring people to your blog post or to your website, all right? Many people do these. I mean, there's probably everybody here has put up a Facebook post that has had the purpose of bringing somebody either to one of your affiliate sites or a lead capture page or your blog. And 9 times out of 10, people do it wrong. Number one, they fly by their gut and they don't do the research into what actually works and what does not work. That's why you have so many people saying, "Oh, Facebook doesn't work for business," or "I advertised on Facebook and nothing happened," or "I just put stuff up there, nobody reads it, I don't get any likes, nobody shares anything." Okay? Well, that's because you're doing it wrong. You may think you're doing it correctly, but you're probably just a little ways off. So I'm going to give you some really powerful points tonight about how to format your posts for your Facebook page or your Facebook timeline, however you're doing it. And I'm going to show you a tool that's free that you can use. You can set up a free account there. You can use a Facebook app to do it. It's really cool, and it's called Canva, C-A-N-V-A, canva.com, and it can make you look like a pro at doing this, all right? Now, I've got a lot of slides involved in this thing tonight, but there's not much time to be spent on each one. Don't worry if I go too fast. If you look in the shared files folder, you will find my slides from this presentation. It's in the shared files folder. It says Curation Works, and it's got today's date on it, 12/9/14. And that's a PDF copy of my slides from tonight. So you can just go reference it there. All right? Now, let's go on. There we go. This is what everybody knows as a meme. This is a Facebook meme. Now let me ask you if this looks professional. I want to point out a couple things. It's a nice, attractive photo that people like that kind of a photo. And you'll notice it's nicely formatted with a saying, a quote. Quotes are really important. Quotes by famous people attract more shares on Facebook than anything else, more than jokes, more than anything else. Just quotes from famous people. They are easy to find. All right, really easy to find. You can just go to Google and put, famous quotes about work ethic, famous quotes about this or about that. Now, let's say, on this meme, I made this meme. I made this meme this morning. I will tell you, it took about less than 10 minutes to do this. And it's not just words on a picture, it's words in a little nice setup on a picture, and it's got my link that I want people to go to on the meme. Now, this is important. A lot of people post memes, okay? They go out and they find these wonderful things, and then what they do is they put their link in the comment. Well, guess what? By the time a lot of people are going to rip that right off. If they want to share the meme, your link is going to get left behind. You want your link on the meme. If people share this and like this sentiment from Jim Rohn, my link is going with it. That's what I want it to do. All right. Now they make some other mistakes. Now, one thing that people do is they look at this and they say, "Wow, this is difficult." And yes, if you want to work in Inkscape or Photoshop or a myriad of graphics programs, those are complicated. And this can, it can take a while to learn those things. And if you want to get really fancy, it's going to take you some time to do it, okay? However, this, like I'm telling you, took me 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you how. So, would you agree with me that looks pretty professional, guys? Give me a yes or a no in the text chat. This is the post that I put it on, all right? Now, here's another hint. A lot of people will just put their link there. I want them to go to onlinetechniques.net/impact, okay? A lot of people will simply, and this, if you'll notice, I put this on my page on Online Techniques, and I'll give you a clue about that in a minute too. If you're like me, you have a page and a timeline, and your regular Facebook profile. I'll tell you in a minute how to use them both together. A lot of people will, when they put something like this up, just put the link. Or say, visit us at, and boom, the link. No. It's all about quotes. If you look down in the meme, the quote is, if you don't like how things are, change it. You're not a tree. This is about taking action. You want to start the post with another quote from somebody else about the same subject. So this one is, there are risks and costs to action, but they're far less than the long-range risks of comfortable inaction. John Kennedy. All right. If you put another quote at the beginning of your post, you're going to get much more shares and much more likes. It's statistically proven. You can look it up in the back of Facebook. All of this information is available actually in Facebook. It's been done. Research has been done. They do it all the time. And if, I'm part of the Facebook development group, so I get all these bulletins all the time about this shows that this is happening and this is happening. And they help you a lot with that kind of stuff because they want you to pay for their advertising. But in the meantime, you can use this information to get a lot of free shares and a lot of free likes. Now, then you follow when you use the second quotation in the post, then I put in my own thing, and it's a call to action. However, it's indirect, okay? Are you standing still while trying to figure it out? The truth is you can stand there forever, and each moment you do makes the standing easier and more comfortable. If you desire change, you must bring it about. And then if people click, that creates interest. People look at that and they go, wait a minute, take action, change your life, blah, blah, blah. This is all cool. And it leads them to click on that link to find out what the heck is this all about. It's not out there saying, join my business. It's giving them a lovely picture and a great motivating thing in the meme to share. And then it's doing a tease about the same subject. How does this apply to me? You must bring it about. Well, maybe if I click on this link, I'll find out how to bring it about. And when they click on that link, they get a nice little video that tells them to put their name and stuff in to get more information about how to make money online. But this is a well-formatted post, and the meme is where people get into trouble. Okay, they get into trouble in not formatting the post correctly, but they really get into trouble with thinking they can't do memes like this. You can do one in 10 minutes, I promise you. And that's why I want to show you Canva today. This is C-A-N-V-A. Hold on. There's the link. You can go get a free account. If you look at this, this is the page where you join. You can just say, as long as you're signed into Facebook, you can just say connect with Facebook. It's got an app to take your information. Boom, and you're in. I'm going to run through this very fast. Once you're in, you're going to have a dashboard. And you notice at the top, down at the bottom, it shows the designs you made. And when I took this screenshot, I only made the one. That's the one I made yesterday. Down on the left, it says now there's another interesting meme, and it's getting a lot of shares. It's a picture of the Irish countryside, and it says all it says is, "I'm not yelling, I'm Irish." Okay, and in the bottom right is my same link again. And just that, I mean, that's getting shared. There are a lot of Irish people sharing that thing right now because it's funny, all right? But that's the one I created yesterday. Bill, a meme, it's M-E-M-E, and it's basically, let's just, for our purposes, it's a social networking term, but it's something that people post and share. For our, this is a meme that we're making right now. And yeah, the best, I mean, I don't know exactly what the definition of the word is. You're going to find like an Urban Dictionary kind of definition of it. But for our purposes, it's a thing that you post that gets, Grumpy Cat is a meme. I'm not yelling, I'm Irish is a meme. Okay. So anyway, in this situation, here we are in our dashboard, and I've got to go very quickly here because I'm going to run out of time. You can see all these things that you can format up at the top. You can do Christmas cards, social media posts, presentations, posters, Facebook covers. You can create it's perfectly designed to give you one that you can boom instantly upload. And Facebook posts. You'll notice this is a slider and it goes way far to the right. There's a bunch of things that you can design using Canva. Okay, we're going to choose a Facebook post, and what it does is it brings you over to this page. You'll notice the white square there. This is the exact size that you want for a graphic on Facebook. Now, I'm just going to show you this with screenshots, guys. I will be making movies of this and some other tools like it that we're going to be putting into the, the upgraded extra videos in Curation Works. I'm going to be working on one for Canva very soon. I've got a whole bunch of screenshots I'm taking for it and planning it out right now. But for our purposes right now, I'll just use screenshots and go through and show you how easy this is. You'll see in the left-hand menu, you've got search, layouts, text, backgrounds, and uploads. You can look at layouts, and this strip here that shows all these Merry Christmas things, these are complete layouts that you can drag over there and then just modify. If you like the looks of them, you can change the words, you can put other words on top of them, you can change the pictures, things like that. And if that two-column thing of different layouts actually scrolls down, if you scroll down, you see a whole bunch more of those, and then you get into these layouts that are blank layouts. Each one of those little panels in each one of those layouts is designed to take a photo. So the first layout you see there is if you want to just do one photo with words or something over it. The second layout is if you want a vertical layout of a large photo and a small photo. Third one is two smaller verticals and two smaller horizontals. And you'll see way down at the bottom, we start getting into threes with combinations in different sizes and all sorts of really, really cool layouts. And you can choose from any of those. Or you can go down to backgrounds, and you can choose any of those backgrounds that are there, or you can simply choose to use the color palette at the top and create a color background of your own. Now notice, this is how Canva survives, okay? There is money involved if you want to do certain things. Notice all those backgrounds say free. If you keep scrolling down, you get into some very ornate, gorgeous backgrounds, and it'll say $1. And if you want to use that, boom, it puts it into you got to have a credit card on file, and it'll put it into your thing and say it's $1. And charge you for it. So there are things, design elements that you have to pay for, but most of us should be able to get along quite well without doing that. All right. So you can do layouts, you can do just backgrounds. For our purposes, we're going to go back to layouts right now, and I'm going to take the full photo one, and all I'm going to do is just drag it from there over to the white box, and boom, it goes right in there, and we are ready to make our meme. Now, this saying has to do with trees. So what I did was first I put in forest in the search bar right there. And when you put in forest and then click enter, then what happens is you get a whole bunch of pictures. You get a whole bunch of pictures of forests. Now, and literally there were a couple hundred of them. You could scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, find all sorts of these right there. Now, none of these were free. When I put my, you find a lot of free pictures, but forest, for some reason, I guess it's really popular. And not many people live near them, so they don't probably have a lot of pictures of forests. So these all cost money. Each one costs $1. So I didn't want to do that. Okay, I mean these are nice, but I didn't want to show you an example of where I had to pay them money. So what I did was I went down to upload. I live in a forest. Not only that, but I have a sister who is just a freak for the Northern California redwoods, and she goes there like twice a year. And she's also a very good photographer. So I clicked upload your own images, and then a window opened up, and I went and got the one that I wanted from my sister's collection and just put it in there. It appears right, let it upload, and it appears right there and stays there, by the way, in my library in my account. And you'll see next to it is the Irish one I took from a long time ago. And then all you do is take the picture and slide it right over. Just drag and drop it, boom, right into the picture slot. And what you get, if you see down at the bottom there, you get this panel that says crop. And you can click the crop button and move that thing around. The entire picture appears so you know what you're cropping and how you're cropping to. And you can move it around in there and select exactly, the framing you want and crop the picture. All right. So now what we have is this really nice background on our photo of our photo, and on the left we're going to select text because we want to get our text in there. I had selected already the quote from Jim Rohn, and if you go to text, you have some choices. Up at the top, you could slide over that big add text, and it just puts in a field there that you can replace that add text. You can add subtitle text, and it'll open up a box on your picture. Add a little bit of body text. You can get a little smaller one. Or you can go down below, and down below, once again, this scrolls for a long way. If you notice, on all of these, it says free, 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 free. You'll get down to some more fancy ones at the bottom that'll say $1. But I looked over and I tried a couple of these actually and got on there, and they didn't look good. Okay, on this kind of a background, having just text is difficult because the background's very busy. And even like with white text, with black text, you get problems because there's dark areas. With white text, you get problems because there's light areas. So no matter what you do on this one, and sometimes things like red that totally contrasts look kind of cheesy. All right. So I didn't want to do just text because it was just not, it was going to be a problem. But I liked the look of that green box thing right over there. So I just simply, drag and drop it right over onto the picture. And it pops up right there. All right. Now, you also get the editing panel, which comes with it. All right, you can change the size of this. You can move it anywhere around on the picture. And I wanted to get rid of that new product thing. So I double clicked on where it says new product and boop, there appears the menu for editing that text. Now I can drop down the menu on the little dot on the right, past the white dot in that menu. And this one, hold on, let me show it to you right here. That one right there, and that will drop down a menu that has the choice of italics. If you want to align it to the right, align it to the left, make it bold, and it also, you can change the color of it with the little green dot there, and that trash can where the red arrow goes is the delete. So I just press that and boom, that text was gone. Now what I've done here is when you highlight the text, you can replace it. So I replaced the second line in the box with the Jim Rohn quote, and I replaced the third line with his name. So the quote is in there, and you can format that any way you want. I kind of don't like the way I formatted it, but it's all right. And then I wanted to put the link over on the right-hand side. Now, notice also, by the way, one of the things that you can change when you edit things like the green box is the transparency. And just a hint, that was, if you look in the last slide, it's solid, okay? But I gave it a little bit of transparency. I reduced the opacity to about 87, okay? And now you can see through a little bit through the green box, and I think it looks a little better. It looks a little more pro, all right? And then I wanted to add the link, so I clicked up there on the left-hand side where it says add text, and boom, add text appeared down there, and I was able to choose the font the same way as you saw before. Just put my link in there and position it over there, and white text was okay right there because of the spot I wanted to put it was all right. Jim, no, you can't make these links clickable. That's why you put it in the post as well, okay? But you want that link in there in case somebody says, I don't want to pass on that person's post because it's got a link in there, but I really like this meme, so I'm going to download it and then I'll upload it again. In that case, they're probably going to be taking your link with you, So no, you can't make that clickable because you're going to upload it to Facebook anyway, That's what it's for. So your clickable links go in the post. So anyway, there we are. That is that. And then you go up to the right-hand corner and you click download. Once you click download, then you got your meme. It downloads as a PNG file right into your computer, and you can use it for posts anywhere. Now, oh yeah, sure, Bill, you can make the graphic clickable on your blog, sure, and it is clickable if you're posting a link in your blog post. Then that you can make this thing go there too. Excuse me. In your Facebook post, you can go. It'll go there too. So anyway, this is the completed meme, and you can use it in all sorts of places. And that literally, guys, took me less than 10 minutes to make that thing. It looks very professional. And then I go to Facebook and I upload it to Facebook with another quote to start out with. And then a tease. Remember that this is a tease. This is a tease to get them to go someplace. When you're making these posts, now, there are some people who conduct their whole business on their Facebook page. And that's all they want to do, you know. We tend to believe that having your blog brands you better. You're not just another one of those Facebook pages. You are your own blog. And the idea of your Facebook page and your Facebook posts and your Google Plus posts should be to get people to your blog. Okay, so these things are a tease. You want to get people to share them. You do that with the quotes and the fun graphics and the nice sayings. Be a little outrageous. Go ahead. You know, I've got one that I'm just about to put together, and I'm going to use a quote. And the quote says, "Condoms are not completely safe. A friend of mine was wearing one and got hit by a bus." Okay? And I swear to you, I will get a ton of shares off of that. I swear to you, it will, you know, it's a famous old joke, but we'll get a lot of shares off of it. And if I put the other stuff together right, we'll get leads off of it. So be a little outrageous. Go a little past your comfort zone sometimes. It's okay if it gets people to share it and say, look what this guy's doing, okay? All right. Now, I want to remind you, upgraded members have a lot more stuff going on in the back office of Curation Works. A lot of people ask all the time, you know, what do you do after the blog posts are put together the way the template has them? Then what do you do? What do you do as far as the metadata in your blog post? What do you do as far as keywords and as far as categories and you know, what do you put as the meta description and all that kind of stuff? I show it to you, all of it, in SEO Secrets for Curators. That's a video that is in the back office. It's one of the bonus videos. You must be an upgraded member to get your hands on it. So I would urge you to upgrade now. We will be doing more of this. I will be doing a complete back office bonus video on using Facebook, using Google Plus, using Twitter, and you know, how to put these kind of things together, using tools like Canva.com, and how to do a lot of these kind of things quickly on a program called Inkscape. I want to put them all in the back end of Curation Works eventually, and I'm gonna start at the first of the year. I'm gonna give myself a goal because I haven't been good with this, and I apologize to you guys, but I want to start doing one new video every 2 weeks. I think that's reasonable, and I think I can get that done. So anyway, that's it for tonight. If anybody's got any questions, put them in. In the meantime, I'm going to turn this back over to my partner, Don. Thank you, guys.
And gentlemen, thank you very much for attending this evening. I really, really appreciate you all spending, taking your time off. And I put a link up in there for everyone. If you're a member of Curation Works, I almost said Contact List Builder. If you're a member of Curation Works, feel free to click that link, and there's a special upgrade offer there for everyone here in the room. But Jan was saying something. What was that, honey? I did. And here's the Curation Works link. If you're not a member. It's like having a director right there on your right ear, Steve. I don't know if you know what that's like, but do it this way, do it that way. Did you say this? Say that. Save $200. But the other thing coming up too, ladies and gentlemen, is you're going to see a lot of changes at Curation Works over the next few weeks. So keep visiting that blog, and when you visit the blog, get out there and share that information. Remember about what it is you're passionate about, and develop a blog based on that. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much, and we'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Thank you, Steve. It was good seeing about the mimes, the memes, the memes. There you go. Have a good night, everyone.